They knew they were standing targets, bound by harness and reins or corralled in small square spaces, unable to flee. Inside the sleigh, as it hissed along over the snow, my own legs were twitching and jerking with frustrated energy. Oh, God, where was the next resting stop? I've always been accustomed to strenuous exercise, and this enforced confinement, day after day, had become unbearable. Seated to my left, and leaning once again upon my shoulder, was a hirsute gentleman with ferociously waxed grey facial adornments. He was very heavy, and breathed through his open mouth, wafting nauseating sausage fumes into the confined space. Again I shoved him away. He swayed over to lean upon the heavyset woman to his left, gracias a Dios. Rolling my shoulders in circles, I tried to ease the knots his weight had caused. Old bugaboots, I decided. If he leans on me one more time, I'm going to jab him. I meant it, too. Then, oh, nom de Dieu. I'm so sorry, I do apologize, I murmured, yanking my foot back. It had jerked out in a spasm and caught the big woman opposite a good one on the shin. She glared, rubbing the spot with short fingers, murmuring a German curse or two. Then she harumphed loudly and closed her eyes. I rolled mine, saying a short, soundless prayer of thankfulness that I didn't look like the fattened Frau, that I had a vivacious body and a clever mind, that I was young and beautiful, with high, pert breasts and a slender waist, thank you very much, and that I enjoyed myself immensely in bed with a dashing young blade and the pleasures he could give me, and that I could give back. May those days return with all haste and pronto, por favor. I sniffed and looked around. It was no good. The well-padded burghers travelling with me felt no discomfort or restlessness, nor did they have any interest in conversation to help pass the time. No one to talk to, every sausage-fed one of them sound asleep, and every mother's son of them over 50 years of age, too, looking as if they'd had neither a twinkle in their eyes nor a twitch between their legs for decades. What was the point of that? Damn it. I was alone with my thoughts, silenced and immobile, and clothed in layers upon layers of bulky winter wear. 3 of my least favourite things, plus the date on the calendar, glanced at that morning as we'd left the latest cockamamie hotel, said February the 14th. St. Valentine's is the date I long ago chose to celebrate my birthday, because it is a day for lovers. Now here it was, St. Valentine's Day, with no Valentine in sight. My brain banged about in sudden alarm. That also means I'm 24? Merde! How could that be so soon? I'm not ready to be 24. I've accomplished nothing of import. Before long I'll be old, and then what? Rumbling through nowhere, celebrated by no one. Ridiculous impostor. Thrashing about, desperate, unloved, unwanted. Worst of all, I was on the verge of believing these final detracting barbs, which came at me in my estranged mother's hectoring Irish tones. The words went on in my head, silencing any possible joie de vivre. You've been batting around Europe for the past 8 months, a rudderless vessel about to capsize. Why are you running? You, who pride yourself on your bravado and daring. Ha! You've lost your nerve, that's why. Diablo! At this, my thoughts began buzzing ferociously, like bees trapped in a jar. And is it any wonder I huffed? The dreadful events I lived through in Spain have left their mark. I barely escaped with my life. And yet, I have been brave. I've carried on. I tried to begin again, me, Eliza Gil.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.